So, welcome to Virtual City Hall. On today's, I'm visiting Ward 3, and I've got Councillor Zadok here from Ward 3,
Hello there,
and I also
everyone
have
in
Ward
the
reporter
virtual.
Emma.
Hello.
So, before
Hi.
I turn the interview over to them, I just want to give everybody some information about what councillors do. At City Hall School, we learn that councillors, they listen, and then they learn, and then they decide. And the decisions they make are what give us such a great quality of life. I've learned some interesting things about Councillor Zadok. He's got a 1-year-old daughter, almost 1-year-old daughter, and he's enjoying watching the world through her eyes. He also has a toothless fur baby named Bonanza, and he also, when he has some extra time left to walking on Bonaris Lake, he also enjoys writing. So that's what I know about him. I'm going to ask Emma to ask her questions and we can find out some more. Go ahead, Emma.
All right. So my first question is, what is the most rewarding part of your work?
Emma, that's a great question. So I wanted to introduce Bridget later on in the video, but she was just starting to make some noise right beside me, so I had to grab her. The question, that's a good question. The most rewarding part of my job, is that what it was? So, honestly, doing stuff like this is really rewarding. I'm getting to talk to you. You're a grade 6 student journalist. I get to talk to everyone who's at home. Basically, my job as a city councillor is to listen to a lot of different voices and then collectively bring those opinions to City Hall. And it's really rewarding knowing that people are being heard and having that responsibility of acting on their behalf.
All right. What is the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge of my job, I do apologize. So we can't always have what everyone wants. And it's sort of, I would say, if you were with your family choosing what you wanted to have for dinner, some members of your family want to have steak, some want to have pizza, some want to have pasta. In the end, sometimes at City Hall, we just have to make one choice. So it is challenging when you hear people's opinions, but you can't always fully invoke what they're thinking. So it is challenging competing a lot of different interests.
Oh, wow. Very interesting. All right. What did you want to be when you were my age?
Well, first of all, I didn't even know what a city councillor was, so it was not a city councillor. But it's great that you're learning about what councillors do. I think the best councillors have a different career first, so they're aware of different. Whenever all councillors bring a different perspective in when they did something else. And at your age, I wanted to. Well, I didn't really know what this was either, but I became an urban planner. I've always liked the way cities. Studying cities and understanding how they get built, and the decisions that from all the citizens that are put together to make cities into the lovely places they are. So when I was your age, I was starting to think about urban planning, and that's ultimately what I got into before I became a city councillor.
Oh, cool. What 3 words would you use to describe a great leader?
Well, that's a really good question. I would say compassion. You need compassion because compassion means that you can understand those that you're leading, where they're coming from, because you have to always be thinking about their interests. I'd also say resourceful. A great leader is resourceful, and that means not complaining about lack of tools that you have at your disposal, but using what you have, being thoughtful, and just basically being resourceful is a leadership quality, because you'll lead with what you have. But also a leader needs to be visionary, so that'd be the 3rd word. A leader should have some type of direction that they're pointing everyone in.
Wow, I totally agree. And now I have 3 COVID-19 related questions for you.
Okay.
During this time of isolation, what is something that brings you joy?
Well, you just saw my daughter Bridget there.
Yeah.
Since she was born, I haven't had too much of an opportunity to spend significant periods of time with her. Of course, I'd be seeing her every day in the evening. But from working from home, it's been really delightful to spend a lot more time with her and my wife, quite frankly, who's a teacher, and she's also teaching children from home.
There are so many caring citizens in our city. Tell us about some of the #YegCares examples you've seen in our ward.
Well, there's a lot. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to participate in a vehicle parade in Dunluce, and it's just a general celebration. There's been parades though for birthdays and other significant events. Uh, the nice thing about this is it's a creative way to see each other with the distancing that's required. So slow moving vehicles, well decorated. I really look forward to participating in that. It's just an example of how people on the north side of Edmonton in our ward are coming together to do the best that they can do.
Wow, that sounds really fun. And my last COVID-19 related question and my last question is, what do you hope we all learn or take away from this experience, and what advice do you have for children like me?
Well, I would say enjoy this period of time. It's something you'll be reflecting upon for the rest of your life. So don't be bitter and upset that you have to stay at home. There's plenty of opportunity to do stuff around your house, to explore, to get to know your parents better. So basically, don't take this for granted. Realize that this time will pass. So it's very unique for all of us. But don't be bitter about it. Recognize that the world's changing and that this is really, there's plenty of time to really explore areas of your house and your imagination and books and movies that you haven't yet had a chance to do.
Well, thank you very much. That was a great interview, and Bridget was pretty good through that. I appreciate that. I wanted to let you folks know something else that Councillor Zadok is involved in. So he's teamed up with Edmonton Public Library and the Writers Guild of Alberta, and they're producing something called the North Side Anthology. So they're asking people to send stories and poems and nonfiction about living on the North Side. So it could be someone who's lived there in the past, or something in the present, or the future. So when I read about his idea, it made me think of a good challenge for you. So students, I'm encouraging you to think about the area of the city that you live in, and write about that. What makes your area of the city special? What makes it a community? What makes it home? Or maybe you want to do an interview like Emma did. Interview someone in your life and find out what part of the city they grew up in and what was special about that part of the city. We'd love to see what you've written about your part of the city and what makes it special. So you can send it to me at cityhallschool@edmonton.ca, and I'll make sure to share it with Councillor Zadok and also with Emma. Thank you for watching Virtual City Hall School. Goodbye.